At precisely 10 a.m., in a quiet seaside village, something happened. Something unexplainable. Something unbelievable.
Movie is 20 years old.
Yeah.
Is it? Oh.
Yeah, Kirstie Alley.
Oh, yeah,
She was
she looked really weird in that film.
definitely on the downslope away from hot. You know, she's not even in the same neighborhood anymore.
She already got divorced by that time, right?
I think so. Yeah, this is 95, so it's like...
After Cheers.
Yeah,
She
this
was
is...
after Cheers, but she was married to Parker Stevenson. You might remember him from the Hardy Boys.
From what, boys?
The Hardy Boys TV show they had in the 70s.
Oh, no. I wouldn't know about that.
Oh, crap. I actually remember that, but I don't remember what particular episode she was in. I remember the series. Oh, man. Heck, yeah, the Hardy Boys.
Yeah,
Oh, the Hardy Boys. You know,
the Hardy Boys with Nancy Drew.
Yes. Okay, yes. So now I
Sean
know.
Cassidy. Sean
Yeah.
Cassidy was in those.
Yeah, Sean Cassidy, Parker Stevenson.
Because I remember he was the crap back then. I was like, why are we talking about the Hardy Boys? Oh.
And oh, yes. We shouldn't be talking because we're recording now. So I
We've been
spotted
recording.
it. Yes, I know. I spotted it. Oh, you can't be doing that to me again. Right, let's put this on full screen so I can see your lovely little faces.
Yes. Village of the Dam, 1995. And not even Eddie Wilson could save this movie. Yeah, Michael Pare, who's in it for all of 5 minutes, who a lot of people remember from Eddie.
8. I timed it. 8 minutes.
Was it 8 minutes? Okay, I thought it was 5. It didn't say.
I didn't see him. Who was he?
He was the husband that got killed in the truck in the beginning.
He was the one going to get the helium and wound up in the truck when the thing came down and it knocked him out and his truck exploded. He went off the road.
I remember the truck going into the petroleum tank.
No, that's not the one. Not the one with the kids. Driver go right in the beginning when everybody was knocked out in the town.
Oh yeah.
Remember, the husband was getting the helium for his wife for the kids' balloons. So he swerved around the truck.
Yeah.
He saw all the animals passed out. So he saw the truck that he swerved.
Oh yes, right at the beginning. Yes,
and then he passed out, and then he crashed.
Yeah, that's it. When you were like, yeah, gotcha. My apologies.
Yeah, Michael Pare. The only 2 movies I even distinctly remember him from are Eddie and the Cruisers and the Philadelphia Experiment.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I remember.
Yeah.
Oh, him.
Yeah.
I remember him. Oh, yeah.
And other than that, I don't remember him in anything else significant, Michael Pare. Okay, everybody, welcome to the Omega Files. I'm your host, Dr. Freedom, and we're here to talk about 1995, version of Village of the Dam, directed by John Carpenter. Let's go around and get a hi there from everybody. Let's start with AJ down in Australia.
Hello, peoples.
Tim from the Texas Panhandle.
Hello.
Philip.
Hi. Are you hiding what's hiding behind your mind? Okay, go on.
And William.
Hey now, how you doing?
Yeah, this movie, oh sheesh. I'm not even sure what to say on an opening thought on this movie. Oh man, I enjoy popping it in every now and then because the kids are creepy. Plus, if you dig in a little bit better, one of the people behind the effects for the quote-unquote eye thing when they start using their powers was Greg Nicotero.
Oh.
Yes. Who some people would know as the guy who's now in charge of the effects company for The Walking Dead. He started out all the way back in the George Romero days. Matter of fact, he was in the movie Day of the Dead. He was one of the soldiers who, didn't really last too long into the movie, if I remember right. But, that's where he got his first starts in effects and learning and all that was from Tom Savini and all that. Okay, but all right, opening thoughts. Okay, I know he's eager to go. Do it, Philip.
Opening thoughts. I'll just lay it out that I've watched all 3 different versions of this movie, and I will say that out of the 3, this one ranks second. And the first rank, and the 1960s version ranks first because it's far superior. Although Village, what's the second one called? Village on the Dam or Children of the
You
Dam?
mean the secret was Children of the Dam?
Children of the Dam is a load of hogwash, and it's not worth even watching. It doesn't give you that kind of connection to the others because the children are totally different races and all that. So that's fine. Let's ignore that. But we'll go back to the 95 version. I did like it, but the settings and I think what Tim said the other day, that the whole environmental setting of it doesn't fit with the horror of the children. It seems a bit off key to me, but it does stick to it is faithful to the original. What happens in the film in the original, it's very faithful to that. But otherwise, it's a good film, but it's not what you call superior to 1960s one.
Okay, Texas Tim.
Well, on the positive side, it's well shot, it's well directed. The actors aren't bad at all in what they're asked to do as far as that goes, and it looks very nice because it's wherever it's filmed looks very nice, but I just don't think the story is very good. It's just, this might have worked in the late 60s as a horror flick, but in the mid 90s, I don't think so. It was just kind of meh, kind of boring, really. So I just couldn't really get into it. I thought it just wasn't very good. In spite of the good cast and the good directing, I mean, and all that stuff, it just, I don't know, it just bored me.
I get that. See, it's a bit flat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoy the movie, but at the same time, this is one I could put in to fall asleep to. It's not one of his better works. All right, AJ.
I haven't seen this movie for quite some time. I did enjoy it. You were right. There are some points where it does sort of fall flat and picks up and then, valleys down again. But the story was pretty good and the actors weren't that bad. So I liked it.
All right, William.
Oh, this one I'm in the middle because I seen the 1961 and read the book that is based off, the Midwich Cuckoos by John Wyndham. This is not a bad direction by John Carpenter, but when you look at it and compare it to the original one and the novel, it's very slow. And there's no character build-up with the kids because in the novel and the original, you see the kids actually educating themselves, and then the other ones learn it because they send it telepathy to the other kid. You don't see that. And just like when they went to stay with Christopher Reeve character, they really didn't show them getting educated at all, just talking like that. And besides that, only when they started attacking the town did it really started building up. So that's why I'm mixed about it.
The only difference to this one is that one of the kids, just because one of the parents has died off, he becomes more or less a goody-goody, and I don't remember that that didn't happen in the original.
That didn't happen in the original or the book. That was just changed about that.
Yeah, I didn't quite like it. Makes it too much.
Yeah, by David surviving like that. That was not in the book or the original one. That's what they made it different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, little David there. Yeah, who a lot of people would recognize by looking like this. That's Thomas Dekker, who played David in 2008 at Comic-Con. He also played John Connor in the Sarah Connor Chronicles on television.
You're joking.
No joke, that's him.
Oh my God. What a change. Oh, well.
Yeah. So he did get some acting work after this, believe it or not. Yeah, well, okay, let's go ahead.
Even the girl that played the lead in the lead child, she ended up doing some other work too. I didn't get to check on it, but she stands out that she's done some work.
Now,
considering the kids were only 11 years old when this movie was made.
Now, since they went with, all right, now, did anyone else notice in this one they slanted more towards it being an extraterrestrial thing, especially when they showed the body of the baby that was stillborn that got autopsied?
Yeah, but isn't that what they actually were? Because like Will's listened to the Red Book, I also listened to the audio play of it, and in the audio play, they stipulate that a spaceship was in the middle of the town, but it was invisible to the rest of the people.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, that one I hadn't heard of. Did they go towards that in the 60s ones?
In the '60s, they didn't. They were saying there was something passing by, but it wasn't be able to. Nobody was able to observe it, and nobody saw a craft. But you knew something happened.
Yeah.
But for you Doctor Who fans, I do want you to rewatch this movie and seriously consider the fact that the quote-unquote leader of this group of children appears to be named Mara. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, man. The snake lives.
I know, that kind of puts an evil thought in your head right there, doesn't it? Wait a minute.
I must admit, that girl, she had the most evilest face I've ever seen on a child, man.
Oh, she was creepy as hell.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go for favorite parts. Let's start with Tim since he's back. Tim, what were your favorite parts of the movie, if any?
Couldn't. I didn't really enjoy it, and I wouldn't say when it ended, but I didn't make it to the end. I left about 15 minutes before it was done. So.
Oh man. Okay, AJ.
Yeah, for me, at the beginning of the movie, literally a dark shadow passes over the town.
Yeah.
That was just weird, I thought, having a dark shadow pass over certain parts of the town. Also, the Superman references, I like that they had throughout the movie. You know, at the beginning we go, let's see how strong you are, Doc. And at the end of the movie where the kid's seeing through his mind into the suitcase, that X-ray vision with the dynamite. So, yeah, I like that. That was pretty cool.
By the way, that's Mara, more current.
Oh, is that her now?
Yeah, she played a character named Hadley in True Blood.
True Blood. Oh, I've only seen a couple of those. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
So, she stayed in acting as well, apparently. Lindsay Hawn. Yeah. Okay, let's go for Philip. Favorite parts of this movie, if any?
Favorite part? Do you know what? What's the name of the Kirstie Alley, is it?
The name of who?
What's the name of the woman? The woman that it's not Kirstie Alley. Is it Kirstie Alley?
Werner.
Yeah, Susan Werner.
Yeah.
Yeah, the government doctor woman. I like the bit where she self-scalpeled herself at the behest of the children, straight down her middle. There you go. I like that bit.
It was straight up.
Okay, straight up there.
Yeah, at the belly, because they were basically, I think, doing a Y incision on her, like they did on the arm. Oh man. Or anything else?
Anything else? Oh, there's quite a few bits. I mean, I did like the bit where the woman kept burning her hand in the pot, and that was kind of like, oh, you poor cow. But you know, that was cool.
That happened. You notice the thing is, we saw it that she actually dunked her hand in it, and the original one, she just burned herself. You hear her screaming. You don't actually hear her. You don't actually see her dunking her hand in the pot.
No, another thing I got to play continuity cop on, though, is notice, though, when she's on her way down to the cliff to hop off, this is just after she's had her freaking arm up above her elbow in boiling water. Yet she's strolling down to the water and ain't got so much as a single bandage on her.
Unless that's a time difference. Unless that's like a couple of weeks later or something.
That was my big complaint about this movie. Also, we'll go into that in a second.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but let's go ahead and let's run on over to William. Was there any favorite parts you liked of this movie?
Well, noticing that everybody that got pregnant was in shock. You know, that was a bit of a shock, especially the girl that never had a boyfriend like that. She was in shock, and that stood out. That was a good scene. What stood out with Mark Hamill's wife going through the town, and then she ends up getting burned, but real bad. that was messed up.
I like the part where one of the guys when they got knocked out at 10 o'clock in the morning, he landed face first on the grill.
Yeah, I thought, why is he roasting? Poor thing.
Poor guy sat there and roasted while they were all asleep. Oh man.
I also liked the way the special effects was used for the kids' eyes when they were using their powers. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. Also, the bit where connected to that, when you see when they used the power of the eye totally, and their face becomes more alien as they use it.
Yeah, that was good. That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
Also, it was nice to see Linda Kozlowski in a movie that didn't involve Paul Hogan.
Yes.
Crocodile Dundee couldn't come in to save her life at any moment. Okay, so let's open up the floor. All right, I'll start off with mine. My major complaints with this movie was the fact that, let me see, they didn't really denote the passing of time very well. You know, 1 second these kids are babies, then next thing you know they're a year old, then next thing you know, well, she's asking for a grant for another year of research, and next thing you know they're all like 5 or 6 years old. They don't really tell you what amount of time passes. It's like, wait a minute, you have to sit here and guess what the heck's going on. It's like, wait, you mean to tell me that these guys sat back and watched as these kids, they knew they had powers. And that's another thing I regretted, was when she's giving the review at that little board meeting and asked for another year's grant. She mentions that there already been suicides and casualties as a result of contact with the children, but you didn't see any of that happened before that. I'm like, it's like that would have easily tied it more together, because, you know, as you're watching the movie with the flow, next thing you know, you got all these people standing around acting like they want to kill these kids, but you haven't seen anything that happened up to that point.
Yeah, that's one of the bad things, because that, in the book, it goes, you know, stagely through the years is going.
Yeah, but Will, in the book or even in the audio book, they say only 4. The kids by that time are only 4 years old. It's only been 4 years since.
Yeah, they grew more quickly in the book.
Quickly, yeah.
Yeah, but the way in the comics one, they age normally.
They didn't explain it in the movie. All of a sudden, the kids are there, and they're all like 10 years old, and none of the adults have aged at all.
Yeah, that's one of the bad things. But then it shows how much time did pass. Are they aging fast, or that's normal?
Exactly.
That was confusing. And one thing that was cut out, there was a scene that was cut out.
Okay.
When the girl gave birth and the baby died, what was cut out was when the other babies were in their little incubators.
Yeah.
When the baby died, they all stopped crying and all looked up. That scene was cut out.
Oh,
man. That in. That would have made
sense. They should have kept it in and make you right there notice something's different with these kids.
Yeah.
And also, another scene I couldn't figure out for the life of me, and it was just totally unnecessary, was that stupid dream sequence where suddenly all the pregnant women are like sitting there rubbing themselves, or they're like, oh.
Okay, I think I can explain it, and because the book did a much better justice to it. If you notice in the beginning, there was some doubts whether the women wanted to keep their children, or probably like either abort it or maybe give it away. So in the novel, the children was controlling them that not to have an abortion, and even if they drove away, the kids made them come back to town, not to leave town.
Huh.
Then you got the one dad there going, if you got both, 2 women in your family that are pregnant, do you get twice the amount of money or whatever? I'm like, nice way to whore out your family, Mike.
Yeah, I mean, he knows his daughter don't have a boyfriend like that, and he said, "Wow, you don't want to get rid of this kid that
go get knocked up."
It's like, that's okay, hon. I don't care as long as I get 3 G's a month out of you. And that's like the one girl. Yeah, I guess they claim she was also a virgin. And all that. It's like, I'm sorry, if I was the father, I want to see medical proof. Okay. I ain't buying this story of the Immaculate Conception here. Come on.
How about the husband who was away for a year and his wife was pregnant?
Yeah, that's right. The military man, the army man. Was it the army one?
Yeah, I think the army or the Navy guy, but he was in the military.
Yeah, he was gone for a while and came back.
He was gone for a year and he comes back and his wife is pregnant. Like,
yeah, that's right.
All right, how many people recognize the janitor?
The janitor. Is that the man with the broom?
Yeah, the one that. Yeah.
I don't know. He looked like Tim to me, but never mind.
I think the only movie that John Carpenter's made where I haven't seen that guy in it was The Thing. Other than that, he's been in like all of them. We saw him in They Live.
Yep. Yeah, the one that sold out Earth. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, and then he popped up in I don't remember seeing him in Big Trouble in Little China either, to be honest.
I don't, but I think he was in Prince of Darkness.
Yeah. but he pops up like in the fog and all that, which we'll go over later and all that. So yeah, it's just funny, this movie. I think they could have done a bit better job with it. Maybe it was just bad editing, because that's the flow of the movies just didn't seem to work for me. It was a good movie, but as I stated before, it kind of fell flat. I loved the ending. Chris Reeve in this movie was spectacular. Anyone else want to go on Chris Reeve? I loved his part in the movie.
It was very sad that this was his last movie before the accident.
And I thought he was incredible. I really enjoyed that character.
Yeah, I give him kudos, because he was quite a strong characterization in this movie, very strong. But I still couldn't help but seeing him as Superman. Every time I looked at him, I thought, oh, Superman. But Mark Hamill, I thought he was wasted being a priest. I didn't think that characterization suited him.
It's like, and how does the priest know these kids are evil if you don't know what's going on in the story? It's like, what's he using, the Force?
No, but I think in two different scenes he was around when the accident occurred. And
But still, you think the priest would be one of the people going, okay, wait a minute, maybe I should be trying to reach these kids.
Maybe he should have kept their head underwater while he was baptizing them.
Oh, man. Well, let me see. Who else can we go off on in this movie?
I liked Linda Kozlowski. Her character was a great character.
Yeah, her character.
Is that the blonde woman? The blonde mother?
No, David's mom.
Yeah, she was cool. I liked her as well. Yeah, she was cool. She looked sexy in those glasses as well when she had them on. But there you go.
Matter of fact, Danielle Keaton, who played one of the kids, is the sister of the singer and actor Josh Keaton.
Never heard of him.
Me neither, but they brought it up in the notes for some reason. I was like, okay. I was thinking Keaton. I'm like, okay, it's got to be Diane Keaton. Come on. They made a big deal out of this. No. It's got to be Michael Keaton. She's got to relate it. No, some jackass named Josh we never heard of.
I think it's interesting that they named the one singular alien child as David, whereas in the 1961, David is the main player in 1960. Is it David?
Yeah, he was the leader.
Yeah, he was the main player, and yet they demoted him in this movie to being the weaker one of the lot, which is weird.
Yeah, so they kind of did a little bit of a gender swap on us there in a way,
Yeah, they did, yeah.
But that girl who played Mara, she was just downright creepy. I got to give kudos to her because, she was just scary.
Totally was. And did you not say that, or was it your woman, your lady, did say that the hair was sprayed or something like that?
I think they had wigs on.
Okay, Charlotte Gravener, the hairstylist, bleached the hair of the actors who played the children, then applied white hairspray to their hair.
Ah. So it was their real hair, but cut and styled in a way that they wanted it. Cool.
Yeah, that was their actual hair. I always thought it was wigs until I looked this up like a week ago. I was like, okay, that just makes it even more eerie.
Hope they got paid good for their hair.
I'm sorry, but the part where, where Chris Reeve's character is sitting there and Dr. Werner tells them they have all the same genetic traits as if they were siblings, I'd looked up and go, what do you think this is, West Virginia?
That's a horrible thing to say. And also what's interesting that later on in the movie we learned that all the other alien children around the world are killed off quite successfully, but this lot sort of like stands their ground. So what made them better than the others then? Why were the others so easily defeated?
Well, who showed up to fight them was the army, and they're a bunch of wimps anyway. So
yeah, it's like, come on, you'd think in the United States we'd have had that whole area cordoned off. We'd have like soldiers like on a perimeter, but no, the other nations actually thought to airstrike them out of existence because they saw what was going on. Come on, the U.S. would have been the first to drop a tactical nuke on Midwich. I'm sorry, I just know how paranoid we are in this country.
Yeah.
If we can't control it, we will destroy it.
Yep.
Exactly. That's your motto, really.
Yeah, they
exterminate.
Exterminate.
My gosh, they sent in the poor state police who are as helpless as Barney Fife without his bullet. It's like, oh man.
That was a good scene though, with the police fighting the army and shooting each other out like nobody's business. I thought, well, that was quite.
I love that where they're taking over the cops and making them, shoot each other, the sheriffs. Take out the helicopter just by looking at it. I do love those parts, but it was just too little, too late in the movie for me. It's just, I don't know. I think
it was too late because there really wasn't like 15 minutes left of the movie by the time all that started.
Mm-hmm.
There was no build up to it.
I know. It's like I think there should have been a bit more with the kids in there, especially the suicides, and I actually show those happening. Before we got to the part where they really started whacking people, openly, and I think that would have been a bit more eerie, a little bit more suspenseful if they'd thrown a few more incidents in them towards the beginning, when they're younger. I think that would have helped it build up the suspense a bit more, but.
I mean, yeah, they should have, like in the 1960s movie, they should have included the Chinese puzzle box bit, where that's where we learn that they're interconnected mind-wise, how to open something. That was a good little sequence.
One does it, and all of them know it because they passed it on.
Yeah.
Hive mind.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then maybe that's another thing. Yeah, they did display, a little bit of group intelligence in this one, but, not that much.
No, I say if anything, the rest of them seem to be secondary to the main female player, because they're just stood around while she's doing all the work, really, all the main.
Yeah, that's a little bit weird because if they're all like say from the same, they're all genetically the same. Why is one the leader? Why is her like that?
Exactly, like a good point.
They didn't get into that to explain why she's the one that's the leader.
She's more dominant than the others.
Yeah, they would have showed her being more dominant. Then I could have explained it, but they didn't explain nothing.
And my one award for this movie, I'm going to call the Dumbass Award, has to go to Dr. Werner, who sits there and warns Chris Reeves' character to get out of town, and then just dawdles around for a few hours until dark, and then she gets whacked on the autopsy table. It's like, you just told him to get out of there, then you hung around? I'm like, I'm sorry, you know what's coming. You already know what's in your brain. You know they're getting strong to the point they can break through your mental barrier. That you've done an autopsy on one of them. And also, I'm leaning towards the fact that, in my mind, I think that kid was alive when she took it. But we don't hear any crying.
Yeah, that's the why we don't hear the crying like that.
Yeah.
But when she goes, by the time she gets to that downstairs, like I said, that scene was cut that when the child died.
Yeah, I think that in a way, maybe the guys who edited it, or if Carpenter was involved, I think he kind of wimped out on that one because he didn't want to have the child murder angle involved. Is what it is. That it would have made a lot more sense. It would have made it more sinister.
And it does look a little bigger than a newborn baby.
Yeah.
So you guys that have seen the original '60s movie, you like that one better? You're saying, right?
Yeah.
It's a good. If you get the time, watch that one.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. It's probably been about 25 years since I've seen it, but I do remember it distinctly for being really creepy. That's all I remember of it. I'm going to have to go back and watch it again.
That one followed the book real good. It followed the book.
Yeah. My impression was that this movie doesn't work today, but it probably worked in that time, back in the late 60s or late 50s, early 60s, with that kind of paranoia that,
Yeah, that's why it worked.
In the mid 90s, it just, like you said, it falls flat. It's not that relevant of a story.
And the tone's a lot more better as well. Like you said, it's the tone of the 1960s one. It's much more. It lends it more credence, being black and white and very eerie and stuff like that. So yeah, it's cool.
Maybe that's what it is, because Midwich, California, with the cinematography and also the location, maybe it was just too damn cheery. For such a sinister thing, in a way, when I think about it. It just didn't set the tone properly. Maybe that's what it is. Because
I think that's what it is, yeah.
Yeah, black and white has its advantages. Sometimes it can add that little bit more, I can't wait to describe it. It makes it a bit more sinister. It gives you a little bit more of a, fright factor.
So they call those films like film noir.
Well, no, film noir is one of those crime dramas with gangs.
Oh yeah, but I'm saying that I'm trying to sort of like.
Yeah, I know you mean the style because of the black and white.
Yeah.
They have a word for it, but I can't think of it right now.
I was on my way to investigate the Midwich children. Dr. Werner. She would have been a hot thing about 20 years before this.
Everybody noticed the little cameo by John Carpenter?
Oh, yeah. The guy, he was the guy at the phone booth at the beginning. Yeah.
The gas station. The gas station.
That's him, yeah. I point that one out the Lady G when we were watching it. Yeah, she was like, yeah, that's John Carpenter. She's like, how do you know? I said, that guy sticks out like a sore thumb. I don't care what he's doing.
Another Stan Lee. You've got to be in these movies. Hi.
No, he did it first. He did it first. So Stanley went to his school.
Actually, Romero used to be in some of his own movies as well. He used to do cameos.
Yeah, Romero did a bunch of that too.
Okay. Cool.
Well, they all copied it from Hitchcock. Hitchcock did that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so this one, like I said, I just kind of threw it in because when you throw in a movie that's just ultra good every week, it kind of gets boring. You know, it's like, I like this one, I'd have to call it, oh God, I hate to say this, maybe just above mediocre. Like I said, I still enjoy watching it, but at the same time, it kind of falls flat. It could have been a lot better than it was. Okay.
And no one questions why they are there. Why they are there? Because they even said that in the 60s movie.
But remember, he was David in the 60s. David's father was going to ask him, and he said, "Father, don't ask me that question." Remember, he said that.
Yes,
I remember. Don't ask me that, but that means you're going to know something you're not supposed to know.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't like that in the new one, because all you see the little girl, telling Christopher Reeve, you have to do this, Father, like that.
Yeah.
Oh, I know, that was creepy as hell too when she did that face. Oh man,
Father,
with those little dimples. Oh man. Oh. Okay. Well, anything else we want to bring up?
Yeah. Why would they have flaming torches and pitchforks against kids that can make them do whatever they want?
I know, where are the shotguns?
It's like, yeah,
who
that's
has
true,
flaming
man.
torches in the 90s?
I know. Who uses pitchforks and torches in the 90s?
And then California, what? You can't get guns?
It's like, come on, baby. California, represent. Come on.
And at the end of the movie, you've got the police blurring up to where the kids are with their sirens going off. You think they want to be stealthy.
But you know what? That happens even now when you're trying to catch robbers or a bank robbery. They're blowing up to the bank when they're alerting people.
Yeah, no, but if they're coming to get you in a raid or something, they don't have their sirens going. I've been in a raid. I know that.
But even the creature had the good sense to have a freaking sniper rifle. It's like, guys, torches and pitchforks went out in the Middle Ages. It's like, you got to be kidding me. You expect to do anything to these kids with a torch or a pitchfork? You got to be joking.
Yeah.
Another positive thing, Will, you said earlier that they wanted to keep. They didn't want people to remove them from
leave town with them. Yeah, leave town.
Yet
that's in the book.
But yet Myra in the film is asking Christopher Reeve get us out of it. So
they want to leave together. In the book, like one parent wanted them move to another town, and another one was going to go to the airport and leave England like that. Okay. But this wasn't shown in the new movie. So in the novel explains that, like, the dream, that why they didn't get abortions and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's just it's strange that they're only ready to leave once they wiped out an entire population. Let's go now. We've done our job here. It's just.
Oh no, it's just crazy. Oh man. Was there anything else you want to throw in, Texas Tim?
Not really. I just think. I mean, the problem with it is he remade a '60s type movie and he made it in a modern setting. It just doesn't work. He should have. I mean, whoever wrote the screenplay or whatever should have made it more adapted into.
Who wrote it was David Himmelstein.
Yeah, it doesn't work as a '90s movie. The story doesn't anyway, and they should have tweaked it so it did work somehow.
Yeah, I mean, I understand what you're saying. It can work if they did it right, but obviously, yeah, the setting was wrong and the emphasis was all slightly off key. So yeah, you're right there.
Okay, AJ, anything else you want to throw in?
Just when the mum jumps off the cliff, it doesn't matter who you are. If you're jumping from a great height, you're going to scream on the way down, whether you wanted to jump or not.
She couldn't scream because she was being mind controlled to jump.
Doesn't matter. You'd still scream.
No, you wouldn't. Not if you're under that kind of influence that they won't let you scream either.
Even if you're suicidal, you would still scream on the way down.
Yeah, but that's fear, isn't it? Human fear. But they have
No, maybe the little girl, when she was controlling her mom, maybe she was making her mom think she was jumping something like inside a pool or something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they would have showed something like that, that would have made it more better. Why you didn't hear the mama scream?
My own opinion, I don't think she was under any influence.
Yeah.
Really?
When they showed the little girl, her eyes were not flared up when she jumped off the cliff. She knew she was going to do it because she could sense it in her mind. But I think the mother jumped off the cliff because she couldn't come to terms with the fact that her daughter was a monster.
Yeah. Okay. I grant you that, and I agree with it as well now.
How would you react if you found out that your young child could sit there and mind manipulate you into sticking your hand into a hot tub of water?
Yeah.
And then you have no way to fight that. How would you react? And then you saw in the scene where she's in the hospital with her arm bundled up, she can't even look at her.
Mm-hmm.
Because she knows what that is. She knows that is not a normal child. And I think that's what made her do it. I think she jumped off of her own accord.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I agree.
Well, that was one good scene in there, yeah, where she's in the hospital and she just can't even turn to look at her. I love that scene. But like I said, it just falls flat. It had such great origins, but the guy who wrote the screenplay, plus whoever sat down and edited it, I think it could have been edited together a bit better. Plus, there was that scene, like William said, with the baby dying and all that, and then all the children stop and look up. That should have been left in there. I think that would have been a lot more suspenseful. I think that would have added to the factor a bit. Mm-hmm. And then maybe if we had a bit more going on that led to the report where she's telling them, people have had contact with the children, we've had casualties. I think that would have added on to it if they had a bit more going on towards the beginning. Plus, you had all these, like Michael Pere's character. I'm trying to figure out why he was even there other than to be a sperm donor. Unnecessary character. He's dead within 8 minutes in the film. What was the whole point of him being there?
He fulfilled his promise. He would stop smoking once she got pregnant. He was put out by that time.
Oh.
Oh, man. Well, all I can say is this. At least it wasn't as bad as Eddie and the Cruisers 2.
Ooh.
And if you've ever seen that movie, oh, my God, why did it made? But,
I might have to look it up now. I'll have to look it up.
Yes,
don't waste it. Don't bother.
It's called Eddie and the Cruisers 2, Eddie Lives, and it was just bad. None of the other original actors even came back for it. It was just him. And no, that's right, him and the guy who played the bass player, which nobody gave a damn about anyway. Okay, but that's a whole other movie, and we're not going to touch it with a 50-mile-long pole. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead. We're going to put this sucker away, I guess. Let's go ahead and let's put it out of its misery. Let's start with Texas. Tim, out of 10, how do you rate Village of the Damned?
4.
Well, I expected that.
Well, I mean, again, I can't fault the cinematography or the direction. It's just like the script just isn't there. There's no good story there to be told. So, yeah, it's 4.
Okay.
I would never watch it again, probably.
Like I said, I got it on
1961.
and I just like to collect John Carpenter movies. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't even own it, to be honest with you. Some parts are good, but just not enough. Okay, Phillip.
Because like I said, I watched 3 different variations and the audio, and I will say that this is the weaker of the lot, and I'm going to give it a generous 5 because there are some good bits into it, but it's not as superior. It's not as good as the others.
Okay.
Bar version 2, which is much crappier than this one. So it's a 4.
Okay, William.
This is not one of my top 10 John Carpenter movies. I'm going to give this one a 5, and I'm going to recommend everybody watch the 1961, but that one I give a 9.
Here. I'll give that one a 10 on 1960s. So there you go.
All right, AJ.
I'll give it a 6. I didn't mind it too much.
Yeah, I'm going to be really, really generous and give it a 6. And that's going to be as high as I go. Sorry, I won't go any higher than that. I like to pop in every now and then for the creep factor, but other than that, it's just not one of his greater movies. I had to throw it into the mix because they can't all be good ones, you know?
Yeah, true.
Oh, well, next week. Get your pencils and papers.
Dun, dun, dun.
Because we're going to jump forward 3 years.
1998.
1998. And this one is not going to have any sci-fi angle in it. We're going to go a little bit towards horror. Next week, John Carpenter's Vampires.
I don't know if I've ever seen that. Okay, I'm going to have to watch that. With
James Woods. Heck, one of the Baldwin brothers. I think it's Adam. Or is it Steve? I can't remember. It was one of them damn Baldwin brothers. I can't remember the name of them.
It's John Carpenter's Vampires. Okay, right.
Yeah, John Carpenter's Vampires. Yeah, we'll all get a little mahogany. Maybe some. Okay, but you'll get that joke after you watch the movie. Okay, well, folks, until next week, let's go around and get a quick goodbye from everybody. Tim, say goodbye.
Thanks for having me. Nice to talk to you guys about a crap movie.
Okay, William.
Thank you for having me here, and I can't wait to be here next week.
All right, AJ.
Catch you guys next time, and don't trust children.
Yes, beware the children. And Philip.
Thanks for having me, and this time the eyes didn't have it.
Take it easy, folks. Catch you next time.